Good evening, everyone. My name is Brianna Beck, and welcome to Campus Nightly. Tonight, we will be covering Jimmy Kimmel's speech after the return of his show, Trump's shift position on Ukraine at the UN Assembly, our newest segment, Campus Events with Brielle Roche, the fall of New Jersey's PBS station, and finally, we will also have a special guest, Abigail Moynihan, president of the Women's Network. This is Campus Nightly. Jimmy Kimmel Live has returned after the late night show was flagged and removed from air by the FCC last week. This week-long suspension was due to comments Kimmel made following the death of political activist Charlie Kirk that Disney stated were ill-timed and ill-sensitive. Despite ABC's initial statement of the show ending indefinitely, the company executives reached a mutual agreement with Kimmel over the weekend. Though some affiliates of the network have still opted out of airing the broadcast, Kimmel returned to our screens Tuesday night as usual. President Donald Trump offered his opinion about the reinstatement on Truth Social, saying, quote, "I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do," end quote. Kimmel opened his show back with an emotion-driven monologue, stating, quote, "It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man," end quote. He acknowledged that the murderer was not a representation of either political party and that his comments were not made with the intention to insinuate that. Kimmel then brought attention to the broader issue of protecting free speech within media, highlighting that, quote, "What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this," end quote. Many world leaders gathered recently at the United Nations General Assembly to discuss global issues. One of the many topics brought up was the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. This conflict between countries has been an unresolved issue for years now, sparking lots of debate on a definite resolution. The war has been ongoing since 2014 when Russia invaded Ukraine as well and annexed Crimea as well as its peninsula. One notable outcome from this meeting was President Donald Trump's shift in opinion over the territory. When previously questioned, the president stated confidently that he believed a concession was necessary for both sides to reach a peaceful agreement. But recently, his stance on the matter seemed to change. Posting to social media, Trump said, quote, "I think Ukraine, with the support of the European Union, is in a position to fight and win all of Ukraine back in its original form," end quote. His change in opinion may reflect possible progress towards a resolution between these two countries. Coming up after this break, Campus Nightly introduces our newest segment, Campus Events, where we talk all about the upcoming events happening on campus that you can get involved with.
As one of America's leading Catholic universities, Seton Hall is creating graduates who are ready for anything.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to work in the ICU.
To work in the big leagues.
To be a leader.
To teach special ed. To make my mark.
To volunteer in Micronesia.
To improve health around the world.
To get my master's.
I'm ready to make a difference.
To spread smiles.
To help others.
I'm ready for anything.
Seton Hall. Imagine what great minds can do.
Hello, Pirates. I'm Brielle Roche, here to tell you all about anything and everything happening here on campus. What better way to show Seton Hall pride than by wearing shoe blue? Every Wednesday throughout the school year, Blue Wednesdays occur in the University Center. Candy will be handed out to any students wearing shoe blue. So grab your pirate gear and go Pirates! Coming up tomorrow, September 29th, the Student Activities Board will be hosting a flower bar on the green to commemorate the end of summer. This event is free admission and it will take place from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. So make sure to stop by and grab flowers to commemorate the end of my personal favorite season. Fall at the Hall is one of the best times of the year, with events around every corner. October 3rd through the 5th is Family Weekend, and it happens right here at the Hall with food trucks, activities, and tours for the whole family to enjoy. Make sure to clean your dorm and invite the family down for a fun-filled weekend. There's always so many events happening on campus, so be sure to not just tune in to Campus Nightly every week, but also check Engage on your Pirate Net to stay in the loop on anything and everything campus engagement. I'm Brielle Roche, and back to you, Brianna.
Was it rolling? Oh yeah, that was great.
New Jersey's PBS station has officially announced the halt of all operations by next year. For over 20 years, the station has provided free educational content for children of all ages. The company faced hardships previously in 2011 when former Governor Chris Christie cut funding to the state's public station. Now, they're facing a similar issue financially after federal and state budget cuts of over $1 billion by the Trump administration. Funding for the Corporation of Public Broadcast made up less than 0.01% of the federal budget, and many are disappointed in this decision. U.S. Senator Cory Booker called this, quote, a loss for all of us who live here, end quote. Executives of PBS attempted to renegotiate their current contract with New Jersey's Public Broadcast Authority, but to no avail. Their agreement ends on June 30th, 2026, and after that, the New Jersey last public station will cease to exist. Till that time, PBS will continue to broadcast its nightly newscast, NJ Spotlight News with Brianna Vannozzi.
You know Seton Hall for basketball, but we're a whole lot more.
We have amazing classes and professors who really care if you succeed.
We are Catholic at our core, and we welcome students of all faiths.
We're close to New York City, which is great for finding internships and jobs.
The day we graduate from Seton Hall, we're ready to make our mark on the world.
Oh, and we're really good at basketball too.
Welcome back to Campus Nightly. Please welcome our special guest, Abigail Moynihan. Thank you so much for being here in the studio with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
And so I know you're so busy as the president of the Women's Network here on campus. And to start off, I just want to ask you, what's the mission of the Women's Network and how do you play your role in that?
Yeah, so first and foremost, the Women's Network is about building community. We are the largest networking organization, collegiate networking organization for women in the country. We span over 120 campuses, 3 different countries, and it's a mouthful of a title, but what that means is we like to help support girls on our campus, both undergrad as well as graduate, build community here, as well as develop their social skills and professional skills so that they feel confident going out into the workforce, not just with the relationships that they've built here, but with their confidence in going into that workforce.
And promoting such well-rounded people, like clearly it takes a little bit for an organization to get to that point. So how have you seen it evolve since you began?
Yeah, so I joined the Women's Network when I was a freshman. I was a general member for my first semester, and then the second semester I took over as the vice president of marketing. And I was the vice president of marketing until my junior year, and then I became president. And at this point is when I think I'd be remiss not to mention my board. They're fabulous, fabulous women, both the women I've worked with in the past as well as currently, and I would not be who I am without them, and the organization would not be what it is without them. And when I first joined, we were a baby. Still, our chapter was formed in 2021, and so it was a lot of intimate meetings, very, 6 people, 7 people at a time. It was a lot of rallying the troops, more or less.
Getting super close.
Right, exactly. And it's been really cool as we've gone through involvement fairs and co-sponsors at week after week and seeing our organization grow, seeing the engagement on our social media grow, and meeting all of these fabulous girls. I mean, I have girls stop me and other members of my board just when we're walking to class saying, hey, I was at your meeting last week and I had a great time. Thank you so much for having it. And that's probably my favorite part about being president.
And so, how do you think a woman's role in society, how do you think being a woman changes their role in that?
Sure. I don't innately think that being a woman changes one's role. And what I mean by that is that at the end of the day, we are all human. We all have to wake up, we all put our shoes on one foot at a time. And our ultimate goal, in my eyes, is to just treat others with respect and treat others with kindness. But I won't acknowledge the fact that women do face adversities, and that's not to discredit the leaps and bounds we've come with in even these last few decades. But I think women are forced to adapt quicker and develop skills quicker than our male counterparts. And so it's less of how being a woman changes our role and how being a woman changes the timing in which we have to step into that role. Because at the end of the day, I do think little girls or young girls are expected to become women much faster than little boys are expected to become men.
And how do you see equality being reached in society, in the workplace, anything, with how you're mentioning that it's clearly not at that place just yet?
Sure. I think our biggest issue is that we still kind of have these mental roadblocks, as I like to call them. What I mean by that is when a man walks up to you, shoulders back, chest out, and he starts speaking, he's seen as confident, he's seen as direct, as assertive, but when a woman does the exact same thing, she could be seen as harsh or abrasive or just overall being too much. And I think that's where we're failing, because the mannerisms are the same. The work men and women can produce are the same. We just have to get past these mental roadblocks that have been put in place because of these societal structures.
And do you think there's a certain company or any organization you'd like to sponsor and work with that helps promote that message that you're going for? Yeah, so I've been blessed to work with a ton of fantastic organizations, both on and off campus. We've worked with Undefeated, with AK Psi, with the Career Center, with Greek Life, and I won't bore you with the rest of that list, but we've also worked with a lot of nonprofit organizations, specifically when we host our annual gala. We donate all of our proceeds to a nonprofit. Our first year it was Best Buddies, and our second year it was GEMS, which is a nonprofit that supports women who are survivors of sexual abuse and sexual trafficking. And to give a broad or a vague answer, it would be to just continue to help support these nonprofits who are doing good, who are making change. That's my idea of a dream collaboration, because I want to see the Women's Network being the change. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the viewers who might be interested in joining the Women's Network, even though Fridays?
Sure,
so much.
Join. I think it's such a fantastic organization. Now, I might be a bit biased by that. The 4 years and the presidency, that might, sway some people. But I found my home here. When I joined as a freshman, I really felt just off-centered. I didn't know where to go, who to look for. And I joined the Women's Network, and instantly those girls took me in. And I can only hope that we facilitate that same type of feeling for other girls in the future.
No, it's beautiful. You heard it here first. It's the best place to be.
I agree.
Thank you so much for coming and being here with us tonight and letting us get the opportunity to interview. It's been amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored.
That's it for us tonight. Thank you again for watching. My name is Brianna Beck, and this has been Campus Nightly. Good night.